This podcast is for you, the modern man. I'm Dr. Truong, your host. I'm an intimate health medical doctor and best-selling author of the book Erectile Dysfunction Fix. I'll do a deep dive into sexual health and performance and how it affects men of all ages and backgrounds. So let's get started, and be sure to visit my website at sexualhealthformenpodcast.com for more information and resources from the show. See you on the inside. You ever wonder what to take on the internet, what type of supplements and all this hype? Well, today in this episode, I'm going to go over what validates a supplement and what type of food to eat that will prepare you for a sexy night. So stay tuned. You're going to get some tips today that will be you can put to use right away. So the first supplement that has always been talked about widely, and everywhere you go, you will hear about it. And that's called L-Arginine. And by the way, all these supplement lists I will put in the show notes and the dosages. And also in the show notes, I'll have a link to a dispensary that you can buy these at quality and the quality and the concentration that you need. L-Arginine. L-Arginine at 5 grams a day, taken for 6 weeks, have shown in multiple studies to improve mild to moderate ED, especially ED that is due to low blood flow. At least 6 studies have looked at this validation, and what L-Arginine is that it helps with the penis tissue produce nitric oxide, and nitric oxide relaxes smooth muscle, and when the smooth muscle is relaxed, therefore you have more blood flow to the penis and therefore a firm erection. Another component is citrulline. Citrulline comes from amino acid, and it's actually from watermelon. And at 1.5 grams a day for a month, it has been shown to improve erection. Another component is called pycnogenol, Pycnogenol. It is actually an extract from a pine bark. It's been shown to improve ED, again, through the nitric oxide system. It involved with opening blood flow, taking at 80 milligrams a day, and best with taking with L-Arginine. Maca. It's actually a plant from the Andean, and it works well with L-Arginine, and the dose should be at 100 milligrams per gram a day. Another substance is ginseng, especially the Korean red ginseng. It's actually from a tree that is about 6 years old. It is helpful with nitric oxide release, again helping with relaxation of smooth muscle of the corpus cavernosum. Next is Tongkat Ali. It's actually Malaysian ginseng. It actually comes from a shrub in the Malaysian rainforest. Recommended dosage is 200 milligrams to 300 milligrams a day to improve with ED and testosterone level. In fact, it mimics a pre-hormone called DHEA, and it actually will stimulate Leydig cells, which are the cells that make testosterone. Ginkgo biloba, the world's oldest species of trees, and it's been used in traditional Chinese medicine for a multitude of illnesses. It actually is involved in opening blood vessels and also modulating the nitric oxide pathway. It's been shown to show improvement in sexual function in both men and women. Horny goatweed, a Chinese herb used to treat fatigue and joint pain and also ED. It actually works as almost like a natural PDE5 inhibitor, and it also protects the nerve and works through the nitric oxide pathway. Vitamin D, to be taken with K2. Make sure you take the vitamin D3, not D2. And when you take it with vitamin K2, it helps absorb better. I recommend vitamin D because it is almost considered to be a hormone, and it's a vital vitamin that every cell needs for cellular function. I do blood work on all my patients. Almost 99.9% of them have low vitamin D level, including myself. I take about 10,000 units of vitamin D a day. And I'm barely even at a level of 50 to 60 percent of the level I need to be at. Another antioxidant is resveratrol, and that's an antioxidant, and it's also anti-radical as well. And make sure when you take a multivitamin, it has also methylated B complex, because methylated B complex are easier to absorb, and about 50% of the population are missing an enzyme that actually can digest B complex. So instead of doing expensive blood work to find out if you have that congenital enzyme deficiency, just go ahead and just take the methylated B complex. Ashwagandha, 100 milligram twice a day is recommended. Ashwagandha is very pivotal to lowering cortisol level, and cortisol level is released. Cortisol hormone is released during stress, and cortisol decreases libido and decreases testosterone, eventually affect erectile capacity. And ashwagandha is very potent in keeping balance. I myself take it twice a day as well. And in my online course, I'll dive deeper into the supplement and other natural therapy, such as nutrition, exercise, mindfulness, pelvic exercise, and tips in the bedroom. So you can find out more about my online course at menshealthandperformance.com, men's with an S. The next herb is fenugreek. I hope I say that right. Fenugreek. Fenugreek. It actually increases free testosterone and lower sex hormone binding globulin. So if sex binding globulin is low, then you have more testosterone. If sex binding globulin is high, it binds the testosterone, and therefore you don't have as much free testosterone. It actually increases estradiol to within normal range. Believe it or not, men actually need estradiol as well too for their bone health. And men levels should be around 30 as measured by the blood. So it's somewhat good to have some estradiol than nothing at all. Let's talk about food. What's the best food to eat before sex? And also in the show note, I will also include this as an ebook as well for you to download. Number one, oysters. Oysters loaded with zinc, and it actually helps your body make more testosterone. It also helps with mood and sex drive, and may actually help men make more sperm. Pomegranate. And so throughout history, this fruit has been known as a symbol of fertility and a sex enhancer. There is actually some truth to this. It can boost your mood and improve blood flow, as well as raising testosterone level. I love watching medieval movies, and oftentimes I'll see king and dukes before they go to the bedroom will eat pomegranate to up level their bedroom performance. Next is chocolate. It's no wonder that chocolate and romance go hand in hand, because chocolate can release serotonin. It's the hormone that encourages feelings of happiness and well-being, and as well as boosting mood. And it also has a component called phenylethylamine, and it's a chemical that is associated with lust and love, and is produced in the brain. Spinach. And this usually is not considered a sexy vegetable, but it can really rev up your sex drive in more ways than one. This leafy green is rich in magnesium. Magnesium is the mineral that boosts your testosterone. I talk about that at the last episode. And it also has iron, which then help with desire, arousal, orgasm, and sexual satisfaction. And it works especially well in women. Watermelon, my favorite fruit, is served up plenty of amino acid called citrulline. And from the last episode, citrulline is involved in the nitric oxide pathway, which then open up blood vessels. Your body actually, after you eat the watermelon, turns it into citrulline, and it helps relax blood vessels and help the blood pumping into the sexual organ. And some say that it may work similar pathway as Viagra. Avocado. This creamy, healthy green fruit is packed with heart-healthy fat and fiber that really deliver lasting energy in the bedroom. Strawberries, whether they're dipped in chocolate or topped with whipped cream, strawberries are a romantic favorite because they're high in vitamin C. It can rev up your sex drive, boost blood flow, and actually ease stress and anxiety. It helps your body produce more oxytocin, known as the love hormone, because of its link to sexual arousal and orgasm. Coffee or tea, these drinks deliver caffeine, which then perks up your nervous system. It actually helps men perform better in the bedroom, and may even help with ED. Coffee and tea are an antioxidant that can actually help keep you healthy. Maca, MACA, we talked about that in the last episode. It's always been known for hundreds of years to boost fertility. It's an antioxidant. It has phytonutrients, and it raises sperm count, and as well as sexual function. And it has a nutty, earthy flavor. You can add it to yogurt, smoothies, salads, soups, and baked goods. Fatty fish, such as salmon, sardines, and mackerel, have plenty of omega-3 healthy fat, which is easy inflammation in the body. So, but if you're not a fan of seafood, you can also get omega-3s in flaxseed, chia seed, and walnut. And so before we end, I would recommend skip the heavy alcohol use. Alcohol is not all too bad. You can drink about 1.5 ounces of liquor, or 2 beers, or 1 glass of wine a day, and it will help you relax. But more than that, on a consistent basis, will actually lower your testosterone and actually will dampen the nervous system. Like anything, too much of one thing is not good. Saturated fat, skip that, because these are high in bad fat, which will elevate your LDL, and VLDL, which is the bad cholesterol. And these are in fatty beef, such as red beef and butter. Over time, it can affect your circulation, and because what it does is that it sticks to the blood vessel, causing plaque buildup, and this in turn will decrease blood flow to your sexual organ. And so eating a lot of it actually can even give you an unpleasant body odor. So I've talked about natural therapy to ED, which include diet, exercise, and avoiding toxic habits. We talk about vitamins and supplements and herb. In the show notes, I'll put more details about these materials, as well as the link to my online course and the link to my online dispensary where you can order all these vitamins and supplements that are of high quality, so that way you get the concentration that you need and not waste your money elsewhere. And so I will see you in the next episode.